Rock Creek is a major tributary to the North Umpqua River. The watershed encompasses 62,000 acres and has one of the most diverse native fish assemblages in the entire North Umpqua Basin. The watershed was heavily managed by humans and is a very different landscape today than it was historically. This is the story of a partnership effort to restore the watershed. Historically, the Rock Creek watershed looked very different than it does today. The stream was able to access its floodplain in high flows, which had numerous side channels. It was a braided stream network with lots of beavers. Many different habitat types existed within the watershed, including deep, complex pools, log jams, large areas of spawning gravel, and multiple side channels. Industrial logging began on BLM lands in Rock Creek as early as the 1940s and peaked in the 1970s and 80s. In fact, a mill was operated adjacent to Rock Creek from the 1940s to the 1950s and was now the Mill Pond Campground. During that time, almost all of the stream logs were removed and most of the old growth riparian trees were cut down. Roads were also built in most of the riparian areas. All of these human impacts culminated in the flood of 1964. After this flood, the stream looked very different. Most of the deep pools and spawning gravel were gone, and the stream had downcut and disconnected from most of its numerous side channels. This simplified habitat drastically reduced the number of fish the watershed was able to produce. The watershed provides spawning and rearing habitat for spring Chinook salmon, coho salmon, summer and winter steelhead, and Pacific lamprey. Also present in the watershed are 3 different life history forms of cutthroat trout: sea run, fluvial, and resident.
We are trying to create overwinter habitat through the addition of secondary channels or side channels, edge habitat, alcoves, and backwaters. Part of the reason that we're doing that is that research through ODFW in the past, stillwater design on East Fork Rock Creek, and research that ODFW we have done in Harrington Creek, which is a tributary of Rock Creek, has shown that we can increase overwinter survival of coho between 10 and 20%. In Harrington Creek, we added 11 side channels through our structures and did increase our overwinter survival of coho by 20%. What we try to do is create structures that are going to push water down in the side channels. These structures need to be fairly stable and permanent. They need to raise the water table up, and most of them are designed to actually divert water and push water into those side channels. Within the side channel, we add logs, create habitat, pools, more complex habitat for coho to make it through the winter during high flow events. One of the other things that we've seen through all this research and in Rock Creek is that we've added extra spring Chinook spawning, added extra coho spawning to those areas where these structures were placed.
So part of our goal and objective in Rock Creek was to break up the flow pattern and also to provide off-channel habitat water. The focus area also was looking at it from hydrology, looking at how we could enhance the hyporheic flows within the side channel areas and also to provide more hyporheic flow through the main stem channel area. The hydrology portion of the design also was to include woody debris, which was lacking in that stream segment in Rock Creek.
The Partnership for the Umpqua Rivers is a local watershed council based in Roseburg, Oregon. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization that works with local partners to implement watershed restoration projects. PUR primary focus is salmon habitat restoration and water quality monitoring. Since our inception in 1993, we have been an integral part in watershed restorations throughout the Umpqua Basin. PUR is a grassroots organization that has built strong relationships throughout the Umpqua Basin over the years. We are locally staffed and hire local contractors to implement the restoration work that we do. For example, in the Rock Creek Watershed Restoration Project, over the past 3 years we have spent over $500,000 in restoration implementation. Approximately 85 to 90% of that has gone back into the local Umpqua economy. Our work not only provides an ecological uplift for the fish in the streams, but it also provides an uplift to the economics in the Umpqua Basin. The Rock Creek watershed has such a diverse ownership across its checkerboarded landscape that it was essential to bring stakeholders and partners together to form the partnership before the project ever began. The Watershed Council was able to be that conduit to bring the various groups together to develop the project.
Rock Creek is unique in that it provides an incredible public educational opportunity. There are 2 BLM campgrounds and an interpretive trail within the watershed. There's also a fish hatchery facility with a new outdoor educational facility titled Rock Ed. Rock Ed provides an incredible opportunity for students to get out of the classroom and learn about watershed processes.
The partners for this project include biologists from PER, the BLM, and the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, and several private landowners including Roseburg Resources Company, FIA Timber, and Seneca Jones Timber Company. The Watershed Council's role in bringing this group of people together has been essential to this project's success.
Hey, look at my face, not at my beard. Huh? No, you didn't.
See, this is where we need that whiteboard like we had.
Oh, there's a nice selfie. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Mom. Hi.
I'm flying a drone.
The Partnership for the Umpqua Rivers is a private... The partnership... It's ready that time. The Partnership for the Umpqua Rivers is a and private industrial stuff. The Rock Creek watershed. Jeff looked at me all serious.
It is recording, by the way.
Is it really?
Uh-huh.
Son of a gun, you guys get me every time.
Okay, Jeff, move. You're doing good.
I'm gonna be on video! The Rock Creek watershed is 62,600 acres, son! And dang it, I forgot that line. The Rock Creek watershed is a major break and is a very different looking and is a very different landscape than was here. Son of a gun, why can't I remember that one? Rock Creek is a very different... And I forgot the third kind. Oh, so for spring Chinooks. All right.